Okay, if you watched my last video, you know how to solve this very quickly. If you didn't, then you're watching this video. So the square root means, think of things like the square root of 9 is 3. And why? Because 3 times 3 gives me 9, and you have 2 of these and 1 comes out. Okay, just like the square root of 36 is 6 times 6. So because there's 2 of them, you pull that 1 out. Well, the same thing happens with variables. So if I rewrote this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because remember these would all be powers of 1, and when you multiply with the same bases, you add the exponent. So convince yourself that that is x to the 5th. The same thing happens here is when you have 2 of them, you pull 1 out. Take 1 out, and as you can see here, I'm left with 1. It's still inside, and so I have 2 on the outside. What's easier to do, because what if this was like to the 500th power? Do you want to write 500 x's down? Maybe you do, but I don't. What's easier to notice with a square root, okay, you're coming out by 2's, is you simply can take this power and you can divide it by 2. Okay, so you can see 2 will go into 5 2 times with a remainder of 1. You think that's a coinky-dink? I think not. So even if you had something like, let's say, x to the 13th power. Well, I know, and what I tend to do is I tend to rewrite this as something that can be divisible by 2. Right? So 12 and 1 gives me 13. I divide this one by 2, so this is how I'm going to get x to the 6th power, and then inside left is x. So learn that little technique of dividing by 2. It'll make your life a lot easier.